everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I just thought that I would do a video on how to find a monologue because that's something that I really struggled with at the beginning and I still technically struggle with it now. But now I'm kind of more experienced and I know where to look and how to find them, and so I just thought this would be a good video to teach you guys like what to look for and also what resources you might be able to use. I will put a link in the description with some websites that I've used to find monologues. I might put a book that I've used down there and stuff. There's just lots of resources for you. It's just kind of hard to find them sometimes. So let's get started. First of all, I just want to say make sure the monologue that you find is one that you will enjoy working on, because when you do a monologue, you're going to have to spend a lot of time on it, and so you want to make sure that it is one that you will enjoy working on, not one you are willing to put a lot of work into, because whether you're finding the monologue for an audition, or you're finding it for a competition, or even just class or anything, you are going to be spending a lot of time on it if you want to perfect it, if you want to make it good, and you're going to have to focus on it a lot, so you want to make sure it's not a monologue that you don't like, because that's going to be no fun. Alright, my second tip is make sure that it's one that is going to be easy enough to memorize, because some monologues are harder to memorize than other monologues. I mean, not necessarily like classical versus contemporary. Classical is harder for some people to memorize, and contemporary is easier, so you can do that if you want. But especially if you're not on a time crunch, you're going to want to find one that you can memorize well, because you don't want to spend most of your time memorizing when you could be using your time to implement character, to do blocking or anything, okay? So you don't want to spend all your time memorizing. I would avoid monologues with tons of repeating words or like sentences that like mix up the words. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but some of those are really good to perform if you have time to memorize it so you can also work on it. Alright, so when you're looking for a monologue, you're going to want to like know what you're looking for. So there's two different main categories. Really, there's dramatic and comedic monologues. You can decide which one you like to perform more, and you can like test out both of them and see just which one you want to work on, because I'm personally better at dramatic monologues. Most of my friends are better at comedic monologues, so you can look into that. I am thinking about doing a future video about dramatic and comedic monologues and how to perform them differently. So let me know in the comments if you want that video, because I am totally willing to make it, and I think that'd be fun if you guys want it. Alright, so you've decided whether you want to do a dramatic or comedic monologue, and you're looking for them online. If you want to lessen the broadness of what you're looking for, you can also decide whether you want a classical or contemporary monologue. This way, if you search up classical dramatic monologue, you'll find like, I don't know, something from Hamlet or Macbeth. Not necessarily that broad, but it'll help you find exactly what you want, right? And it'll give you more options in what you want, and so you're not searching and reading tons of monologues. This is especially helpful when you're in a rush to find a monologue, if you have an audition coming up or anything like that. So yeah, that'll be good. If you do classical or contemporary, contemporary is just modern. Classical, I don't know, Shakespeare is an example of that. A lot of things are classical though, not just Shakespeare. But Shakespeare's personally my favorite of the classicals. But yeah, anyways, I really like both, so I'll mix them up when I do monologues. Honestly, mostly I do classical. Shakespeare monologues are super easy to find because they're free, like you don't have to pay for any, and they're all over the internet or in books or anything. So Shakespeare's super go-to if you don't absolutely hate it. In the end, it truly depends on what you prefer. But if you find what you like, you can search it up more and get more specified answers on Google, and you can find it pretty well. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Anyways, I will link some of the websites that I use to find monologues that my friends have used, right? And I'll link those in the description, and here, I'll put a list right here. Here's a list of some of the websites I've used. I don't know. Yeah. So I'll put links, and it'll be good. So yeah, that's my video for today. Make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel, and I'm thinking about doing some bloopers. So stay tuned. Hello. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. Whether you want to do a dramatic or comedic monologue. Comedic? What is that? Don't, like, diction, everyone.